Hello there, I'm Simon Rafe and welcome to Brown Bag Bible Study, the Bible study that you can do in your lunch break. Now this is an introduction to Scripture. It's going to give you some information that you might not have known. It's going to encourage you to read the Bible, but most importantly, it's presented in little bite-sized pieces which are perfect to fit in with today's busy lifestyles. Now every week, I will concentrate on a small part of Scripture, either one of the 73 books of the Bible or a group of related books, and I'll bring you interesting facts and information to help you understand it. Also, there's going to be some links to further reading, articles, books, podcasts, and what have you. These will help you learn to love sacred Scripture even more. This week, the third and final letter of St. John. Now, as with the other two letters of John, this was likely written in Ephesus towards the end of the 1st century AD by the Apostle John. In terms of style and phrasing, this letter shares a great deal with the second letter, and it is very short. It's written to a man called Gaius. Now, Gaius was a common Roman name. It was actually Julius Caesar's first name. And we know little about the man the letter was written to. It's clear that he is a Christian, and likely he's close friends with John, as the apostle writes personal greetings to him. John singles him out for praise after helping some Christians who were strangers to him. The main portion of the letter contains information about two people, Diotrephes and Demetrius. Diotrephes is shown as a bad example, and people are warned against following him. John says he will expose his wickedness and gives examples of it, but it's never made clear why Diotrephes is acting the way he does. A clue, however, is found when John writes that he, quote, enjoys being in charge of the church, and that he refuses to accept the apostle. It's fair to assume that jealousy and pride, a desire for personal importance, is at the root of his wickedness. Now, John does not make the point in this personal letter, but the dangers of seeking power in the church for its own sake, rather than the sake of serving Christ and his people, are made clear elsewhere in the New Testament. And they're a warning to all of us, even those of us who are not formal leaders or pastors. Compared to Diotrephes, Demetrius gets very little attention, although what attention there is good. He is upheld as a fine example, and John vouches for him. Perhaps the lesson that we can take from this is that, even in the early days of the church, bishops had to spend most of their time dealing with problems rather than praising those who were doing well. Now, as in his second letter, John says that he has more to say, but he doesn't want to write it down. Again, it's a powerful argument against sola scriptura, and one which many Protestants might not be familiar with or immediately have a counter to. So, that's all for this week, and it's the end of the 3 letters of the Apostle John. Do read the letter, it's very short, and take a look at the additional resources. Next week, we're going to finish up the general epistles with the letter of St. Jude. Until then, I'm Simon Rafe, and God bless. To learn more about the place of Scripture in the lives of Catholic Christians, I urge you to read Pope Benedict's apostolic exhortation Verbum Domini. The Pope encourages all Catholics to read, learn, and love Scripture, and to understand its relation to the Church. A link to this exhortation is included in the reading materials for every episode of Brown Bag Bible Study. Just click the link over there.